You can't just say whatever is on your mind. You can't just think that being who you are and being natural and being, your normal self is going to get you very far.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have an interesting video to share with you. This man, as you can see on the screen, he basically sort of implied that you cannot be your 100% authentic self and that it is kind of dangerous to do that. So I'm going to play his video clip and I'm going to share some comments and then I'm going to tell you what I think. So let's jump right on in. What is he saying? That you can't be yourself? What are you talking about? No, hold on.
Say whatever is on your mind. You can't just think that being who you are and being natural and being, your normal self is going to get you very far. You have to be careful in this world. I'm not telling you to be paranoid. I'm just telling you to be self-aware, that the people around you have egos, that people are judging you based on what you say, about how you dress, about your style, about how you look, about the friends you associate with. You may not like it, but it's the reality. You have to understand some of these basic principles so that you don't go around making these painful mistakes. So law number one, never outshine the master. The idea is very simple. Your boss who you work for, and wherever you are, you're going to have a boss, even if it's only a company of 2 people. That person has an ego, has insecurities. And if you try too hard to impress him or her, if you show off too much, you probably are going to inadvertently trigger their insecurities. And they're going to do weird things to you. They're not going to say, you made me feel insecure. You made me think that maybe you're after my job. Instead, they're going to fire you or they're going to put you in a bad position. They're never going to tell you what exactly the reality is.
What he just said is so true. Now, there were a lot of responses where people didn't want to hear that, but I'm going to tell you, I said, I'm going to get this through the comments, okay? This reminds me of a job that I was at where I had basically I was on the job and let's say, okay, it was retail, right? It was retail at the time. And I came in and I knew what my job was. The store was a mess. I immediately went into action and fixed up the jewelry section. I fixed it up the way it was supposed to look. And my boss got jealous of me. She got jealous and upset. And then she said, yeah, you're supposed to do it like this and such. Everything she said, I just did that. And when customers would come in, they immediately would be drawn to the jewelry the way I set it up. And I had noticed she didn't like that. She didn't like that I came in and I made it look better than what she had it. But I wasn't trying to outshine her. And the truth is that, yeah, you will have bosses like that who get insecure when you're doing a better job than them. And the truth is, I mean, I can see if it's their company. If it's their company, you are an asset to them. You are there to help build their company, not take it over or act like you're the head person in charge up over there, which I've never done. But when some of them see you, because he mentioned outshining them, being better, then it can trigger something with your employer where they might try to sabotage you. Bad character traits with them. And in that case, I would say it's time to look for a new job. But one thing he said that's so true, you have to have self-awareness. When you go around saying anything you want outside of your mouth, acting any sort of way, it can harm you. You need to be aware of people's personalities. You need to be aware of things that might trigger people so you can be a little bit careful, especially if you're in a position where they're more powerful than you and you say the wrong thing, even if it's a mistake, and next thing you know, you don't have a job anymore. You need to be careful. You need to watch how you move in this world. You cannot trust everyone, and you need to get a feel of people's personalities. But more than that, I mean, there are people who go on to jobs and they honestly try to act like they're the boss and take over the job. You're not getting paid more, so why are you doing that? Your raise, sometimes you don't get a raise from the boss. The boss might get irritated, like, who do they think they are coming in here? I've been doing this for such and such years, and you just came in here and you've only been here for 5 months and you're doing better than me and I'm the boss, that can really bother someone. And it's issues with other people that they need to fix. But he mentioned it. He said people's egos and that you just can't always be yourself. And, you can't outshine the master. And there are some people who feel like, look, I don't have to dwindle myself down to make you feel bigger. And I don't think he means it that way. I think he means it as where if you go to a job, okay, and you are there, you are there to work for our company. You are here to do your job, know your role, do your position to the best of your ability, but don't try to act like now you're trying to take over my company. I just saw a man on another platform who was making $500,000 a year. And he lost his job because he said he started to question some of their practices or how they were running their company. I'm like, you mean to tell me you lost making $500,000 because you wanted to do some extra stuff on your job instead of just doing your job and going home? I can see if it's something really bad when it comes to ethics or something, but from what he had said and what I had saw, it wasn't that serious, and you lost a $500,000 job. But anyway, so I want to know what you think, but let's get into these comments. Okay, his name is Robert Greene. She says, I love Robert Greene and his book, but I'm tired of not being myself. What is life if I'm not authentic, confident enough not to care? That is real power. Yeah, but you need to have self-awareness. You need to know what's considered rude and what's not rude, and watch your mouth in certain places and how you interact with people. Okay, he is right. Only be yourself with those that are really close to you and who you trust. That takes time. Law number 1, remove yourself from people who get triggered by your greatness. Yeah, don't be around jealous people. But you get that a lot when you're on a job. And this makes me think of the Malcolm X quote. If you're always having to be the bigger man, you're hanging around too many small people. This is an eggshell. Okay, this is an eggshell walk through life. I'm unavailable to play. Make a book telling folks empowered to heal their childhood wounds. I have met people like that who they just cannot stand the thought of you getting something better than them, getting a promotion, getting a job, moving up in life, especially if they got degrees and they felt like certain degrees, they feel like, well, why are you getting it? I have even more education than you. You're not better. I cannot stand people like that. Insecure people who are on power trips and everything. Be moral, be kind, be courteous, and be compassionate. Being your authentic self is dangerous for sure. Who cares? Being judged by a society who's obsessed with money, power, social status, celebrity influence, being you is the best version. You know what's funny though is that some people don't realize that who you are is not always the greatest person. Some people don't want to hear that. Just because you are yourself doesn't make you great. Some of you are buttholes and a-holes, but no one wants to hear that. Some people don't want to hear the reason why some people can't get along with you is because there's something wrong with you. Your personality is absolutely horrendous. I'm just saying, no one wants to hear some things like that, but be yourself, But like I said, you need to have self-awareness. Who cares? Being judged by a society who's obsessed with money and power again. I'm the manager now. I've been through those stages of being fired for outshining. Now I encourage others to be themselves. Some people, okay, even if you're not outshining them, but you're confident and humble, it still triggers their insecurity, yeah? Life is a game. You got to learn to play it to succeed. It's exhausting to exist in this life. Not everyone, it can be hard. A lot of people don't want to be fake. You don't want to be fake, but you got to be aware again. And like if I know if I don't like a person, if I don't like my boss or something, I just stay away. I just stay away. I actually had that happen. I'm just staying away. I'm doing my job and then I'm going home. And that bothered them. It's like, I don't have time to play your game and you bothering me. Yes, I'm going to do my job. I will respect you and then I'm going home. And that still bothers some people. Okay. Yep. No matter what, you always got to play the game because you never truly know the extent someone's ego and how low they will go if you hurt their ego. You have to play the game so people's feelings don't get hurt. Whew. If your boss can't handle your talent, you should change your boss. Just be respectful to others, either your boss or the janitor, both are the same. Two people with insecurities. I learned this the hard way when social media is encouraging you to be yourself, be true, etc. But in real life, not everyone is the same. Always be yourself and that honors God. That's the only boss you need to worry about. Everything else will take care of you. You can outshine people by just being yourself, which is the scariest part. So the best thing is to be an entrepreneur and to be yourself. Go on with the corporate nonsense. Tell me why I thought I had a fuzzy, comfy blanket. Okay, no, that's something else. Okay. Sounds like walking on eggshells. I've done that almost all of my life, and I'm too tired to give a damn now. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Yeah, even with people you feel comfortable with. You say what's on your mind all the time and they don't like you. You have no clue they don't like you, and then they go try to sabotage you. This is one of those realities younger generations refuse to acknowledge, and they will suffer as a consequence. No, because as a Leo, I don't know how to take breaks, and people see it as try hard, trying to be better than everyone else. But in reality, once I'm in the flow, I just can't stop. Okay, let's see. I understand the premise, but it doesn't feel right or fair. I refuse to dim my light. I would rather find other employment. All the people in the comments section clearly don't work in the corporate world. These principles are true and real. So let me play again what he said.
You can't just say whatever is on your mind. You can't just think that being who you are and being natural and being, your normal self is going to get you very far. You have to be careful in this world. I'm not telling you to be paranoid. I'm just telling you to be self-aware, that the people around you have egos, that people are judging you based on what you say, about how you dress, about your style, about how you look, about the friends you associate with. You may not like it, but it's the reality. You have to understand some of these basic principles so that you don't go around making these painful mistakes. So law number 1, never outshine the master. The idea is very simple. Your boss who you work for, and wherever you are, you're going to have a boss, even if it's only a company of 2 people. That person has an ego, has insecurities. And if you try too hard to impress him or her, if you show off too much, you probably are going to inadvertently trigger their insecurities. And they're going to do weird things to you. They're not going to say, you made me feel insecure. You made me think that maybe you're after my job. Instead, they're going to fire you, or they're going to put you in a bad position. They're never going to tell you what exactly the reality is.
I mean, he's not lying. And it made me think about when he said, even how you dress. You know how when you show up somewhere and all the women look kind of frumpy, but you're put together. And then the women say, why are you dressed up? Where are you going? Why did you come to the job like this? Why are you jealous of me? I don't have to dress down because you refuse to dress up as a woman. That is not my problem. Okay, this is how I dress. I am not you. Okay? And especially if we have a job, you're supposed to put some pride into how you dress when you go to work. But also, it made me think of that movie, The Devil Wears Prada. If you saw that movie, remember how she was dressing all frumpy? And you're working for, I think she was working for Vogue or one of those big time fashion magazines. They were looking at her like she was crazy. Do you know where you are? Do you know where you work? Why are you coming here? We represent fashion. You're representing our company, which is a fashion magazine, the top in the world, and you're coming here dressed like you just don't give a damn about how you dress. Read the room, look around you. So the basic things that I'm seeing from what he's saying is about being self-aware. Don't always show off in front of your employer because you trigger their insecurities, which is really sad because they need to get help. But I also understand it. He's telling you the truth when it comes to human personalities, the way the human ego can be and how it can hurt you because people will sabotage you. They will get jealous of you. Even if you're not even trying to get promoted or something, just coming to work dressing better will trigger women who are in positions of power. She might try to keep you off the schedule. Oh, she's dressing nice. She must be making money somewhere else. Showing up to the job in your new car. How did you get this new car? We can't afford this car. I didn't get this car. Doing better or knowing more when it comes to something on the job than your boss who went to school and you've only been there for 5 months. You might have went to school or not, and then you're outshining them. This is about people's egos, their insecurities, and how when he says it can hurt you, what he's saying is they will do things to hurt you if you don't know how to play the game correctly. It also reminds me of that scene in that movie Limitless. It's a really good movie at the end where he knew about stocks and bonds and stuff, and he was working for a man. He found out he was taking the pills to get really smart or something like that. And he said, who do you think you are? No, you're going to work for me. Give me all the knowledge that you have and make my company billions of dollars. And he told him, nope, it don't work like that. I'm moving out on my own. He didn't want him to. And these are people have power trips. People, and even who are not even in positions of power, people in your everyday life that you might know, having ego and power trips, the thought that you got a new job, you're doing better in life, you're not on the low end anymore, you've lost weight, oh, you got a husband now. It's just disgusting. But unfortunately, people like this exist. People that you know, people that you go on your jobs, your bosses, all of that. So you need to have self-awareness. I've said that multiple times. You need to be able to read a room. You need to watch your mouth. You need to see who are you dealing with. You need to build trust with someone. So these are certain things. So that is it for the video. I want to know what you think in the comments section. Do you agree with him, Robert Greene, on what he said? Let us all know. Okay, and before I go, check out mamabiscuit.com. Her biscuits are also sold at Walmart, Target, Publix, Walgreens, World Market, Mariano's, Kroger, and Trader Joe's. Who doesn't love biscuits? She has various different flavors, as you can see, of her biscuits. You can go directly on her website and purchase her amazing biscuits. It doesn't take any time to heat up these biscuits. And again, who doesn't love buttermilk biscuits, cheese biscuits, confetti biscuits? I absolutely love to see this so much. So check her out, mamabiscuit.com. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Please get those likes up and click the bell for all notifications. I will be reading your comments. Bye, everybody.